we're going to go ahead and get started here. I'm going to mute everybody. Chico, do you want to go ahead and introduce the meeting there, buddy?
Yes, absolutely. Anyhow, we want to welcome everybody, all the guests, and my goodness, I can't wait for all the lineup that we have this not only from today but Saturday. This is going to be awesome. First of all, my introduction is that I have Mike Jackson. Has always been special for me, a mentor in the business. I have learned a lot from him. Not only that, but his leadership and being the founder of Active Peer. Actually, when we started, it's just really incredible. My experience and the leadership is, there's no words that I can explain. But Mike has always been there for me and helping to build tremendous businesses. What I'm doing is just trying to duplicate the system. If we follow the system, follow the pattern, and duplicate it, we're all going to win. That's the main thing. And presidential ambassador. And
what is your rank in the business, Chico?
What was that?
What is your rank in the business?
Sometimes they forget, Platinum 5 ambassador.
Platinum 5, so that's the highest rank in the company.
That's correct. That's correct.
And have you given yourself a significant raise of pay in the last 6 months?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Pretty crazy, huh?
Yes. It's I say close to 600-700% compared from before, Mike. It's really awesome, and this is just the beginning. Just the beginning. So we're looking for great stuff and help many other people too that are looking to achieve goals and their dreams. And what a great vehicle that we have to really to take it to the next level. And this is, like you were saying, Mike, it's just the beginning of great things to come.
So remember, everybody, Saturday morning, we have a real important day going on. At 9:30 in the morning, I'm going to be presenting a 28-minute discovery presentation for Vollara. And then we're going to invite everybody to join the Chairman's Committee for product training. We're going to cover all the products. Mr. Joe Ursel is going to be there. And it would be awesome if you could join me Saturday morning at 9:30, then at 10 o'clock, come on over and join the workshop that we're going to do. In the old days, we would have to buy an airplane ticket. We would have to get hotel rooms. We'd have to do all kinds of things that were very costly. And now we don't. We can meet virtually and have lots and lots of people help us learn how to be successful in this business. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my PowerPoint up, because even though I can give a great presentation without a PowerPoint, you want to remember that everything that you do needs to be duplicatable. If it's not duplicatable, you shouldn't do it. And so sometimes these presentations get a little bit boring because you hear them over and over and over. Would you like to know a secret to not making them boring? Raise your hand if you'd like a secret of not making them boring. Tom DeMeo, if you've watched the presentation 15 times, how do you make it not boring? Here's the answer. You have 2 or 3 guests with you, and you'll say, Mike, say it the exact same way that you said it last week, because you have guests there. You want it to be repetitive. You want it to be the same thing. And once you get to the point where you got it down like the back of your hand, you can say this, Jay Walk, thanks for that thumbs up, then you can give the presentation. So I use a presentation that I created in a PowerPoint. And it's really, really, if you've got music in the background, could you mute your mic? Thank you. Appreciate it. It's not working. It's still hitting. Some of you, somebody's got your voice open and you're feeding back. Tom, I'm going to mute you. There we go. So this is a great time, ladies and gentlemen, not a bad time. This is a great time to start a business. Why? Well, number one, people are very, very, very excited about our solution to sanitary air and sanitary surfaces in the home. Number two, they're extremely interested in ways to generate additional income streams. You know, when you say to somebody, do you want to get into business and a home-based multi-level marketing business? I can tell you the answer already. No, I've heard 100 of them. I'm not interested in that. It's how you say the words that make all the difference. Hey, if there was a technology that was developed by NASA that kills the SARS-CoV-2 virus that causes COVID-19, and if there was a way to monetize that and turn it into a wonderful additional income stream, would you take 15 minutes to evaluate a letter that I'd like to send you by email? Who's going to say no to that, Tom DeMeo? The answer is nobody's going to say no to that, because you're not asking them to join anything. You're not asking them to sell anything. You're not asking them to buy anything. You're asking them to look at a letter and evaluate it. So learn how to say the words, ladies and gentlemen. Now, after they become a little bit interested, I'm going to tell them the story of our company. This is where our technology is manufactured, finalized, where it is certified. It might be made in our factory in China. It might be made in our factory in Taiwan, but it's all finalized here in our American factory in Bristol, Virginia. We've become the 39th largest company in the world in the direct selling industry, and our headquarters is in Dallas, Texas. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you came to this call to learn about and to understand, and we should have, Chico, remind me next time, we always want to introduce our guest on these calls. We always want to honor our brand new people that are looking at Active Pure and at Vollara. So if you're on a call on this Zoom meeting with me and you're brand new, at the end, maybe we'll get you to say, hey, say hi, because you're the star of our show. Now, the star of Vollara is this Active Pure Air and Surface Pro, and it's on people's minds, folks. If you've been checking Dave Weiner, the number one concern on people's minds when it comes to healthy homes right now is the air I breathe and the surfaces I touch. The surface protection has gone up from number 10 to number 2 just in the last few months, obviously because of COVID. So we have got a tiger by the tail. Now, what our technology does, ladies and gentlemen, is it removes contamination in air and on surfaces. It destroys it to 99.49s. On the virus that everybody's concerned about right now, it destroys it by 99.98% in 7 hours. And that is verified technology, verified results. The technology, and Liddy, you've heard me say this probably 25 times. This is not Active Pure. This is the Air and Surface Pro. Inside this machine is Active Pure, bipolar ionization, and other strategies that clean air and sanitize surfaces and get rid of smells. The first technology takes all the particles out of the air 200 times faster than gravity and 50 times better than any device ever tested by the University of Cincinnati, the #1 aerosol studies university in the country. It takes these particles out of the air and they start dropping out of the air like hail in a storm. They just come flying down to the lowest level of our home. And then the Active Pure kicks in. Active Pure is technology that was invented by the University of Wisconsin Aeronautics Division and NASA. The base foundation technology was developed by NASA. Back then it was called PCO, and it cleans air and it cleans surfaces like nobody's business. We took that PCO technology, and we made it into something called Active Pure technology. Active Pure moves throughout your home at approximately 1,200 feet per second with little friendly warriors that destroy things like mold and viruses and bacteria to 99.49s in as little as an hour. It doesn't reduce, it eliminates common triggers for allergies, for asthma. It gets rid of the things that cause reactions. It freshens the home by removing VOCs, odors, smoke, and dirt and dust from the air. It safely and naturally scrubs your house at a deep clean like it's never felt before. Our technology works in a 500 to 3,000 square foot environment. If your house or business is really, really big, you would use 2 of them. But the average home, it only takes 1. Excuse me a second, I've got to get a drink of water. I've been going for about 90 minutes and my voice starts giving out a little bit. So this is a powerful technology that has been installed in millions of homes and businesses. As I already said, the foundation came from the space station. That's where it was first originated for. It's in the Ground Zero Museum because it had a major role after 9/11. It's in the Liberty Bell. You can't go see the Liberty Bell without going through the security facility that sanitizes that room that you go through before you go see the Liberty Bell. We're now installing them in mass in doctors' offices, in Major League Baseball locker rooms, NFL locker rooms, nursing homes is a big new frontier. I was talking to somebody today that's going after the nursing home industry. I've got people putting them in hotels, schools, major. Chico, did you get the list of schools I sent you? What did you think?
Amazing, tremendous lineup of schools and all that. And actually, I had a chance to go to revisit a school today, and here in Jacksonville, where they're looking to placing more orders, and they love they've seen a tremendous difference in the environment already. It's a music school, and they say it's really phenomenal what they have done in the rooms already.
What they think about the list of schools that are using them? Did you show that to them?
Yes, and it's and they wanted to actually add their names to that list.
Nice. Liddy, yes, I will send you that list. I just was on the phone today with the owner of Anderson Coaches up in Pennsylvania, and they invested in 52 machines for their $1 million Prevost buses, and they put them up on the top where you put your luggage when you get in one of these big Prevost buses, and it plugs right in because they have 110 out. And they're so excited about what it's done to get them back in business because people aren't riding buses, that they're now getting into my meeting today with them is because they want to start selling them to other people that have bus companies. So, ladies and gentlemen, our technology is tested and validated in huge ways. This particular Petri dish is just one very simple high school style test that you can do. I had people on the phone today in all walks of life that said, we're convinced. We did Petri dishes, we did ATP meters, and we are convinced that this technology does exactly what you say that it does. Hey, folks, this particular Petri dish, as I've told you many times, was from my sister-in-law's house. My wife did not. Somebody's got an open line there. What happens, folks, is when please mute your mic. When I talk and you hear it on your speaker and you've got your microphone open, it feeds back, so we hear it twice. So thank you for killing your mic. And so when you put a Air and Surface Pro, let's say into somebody's bedroom where they've got obvious infestations of mold, bacteria, and viruses, and you run that machine for a day or 2 or 3 and then retest the room, this dish will be completely different. It'll either be completely free of mold, bacteria, or viruses, or very, very little. That's what it does for all the surfaces in your home. That's what it does for the air in your home. Now, one thing that I've really taken to great heights in schools, if you saw that list, Chico, that's a lot of schools that are buying this technology, is I show them how their absenteeism rates will drop. This is a 2 and 3 year study in Indiana, Pennsylvania, and Ohio. And you can see the results were significant. We're talking about a drop of absenteeism by 80%. We're talking about a drop of staph infections by 100% over several years. This is the kind of benefits that we can bring to the school industry. Our studies, I'm not going to go through all these studies, only because I don't think my voice will keep it up. But these are what are called FDA compliant laboratories. And that's really important because there's a lot of companies that go down to Joe's testing facility on the corner and they slip them $500 and say, give me a good test. And a lot of studies aren't real. Our studies are FDA compliant. You don't fake those. You don't buy those. You don't influence those. The tests are the test, and the results are the results. If the results are bad, you've got to tell the world, we did FDA compliant studies, and they didn't turn out so good. Our studies are impeccable. With RNA viruses, we're getting 6 log kill in only 1 hour. That's 99.9999% of the coronavirus family. Hey, folks, if that's all you had was this one chart, few companies have chart after chart after chart on all the different stuff that are tested. If you just had this chart only, you could build a business and go out and tell the world how absolutely effective this technology is. But look, we got RNA virus. We've got DNA virus. Same result. One kind of virus, another kind of virus. We've got Staphylococcus gram-positive. 99.49s killing Staphylococcus. Have you ever heard anybody that ever got a staph infection? Is that good? No, it's not good at all. A New York Giants football player got it and ended his career in his foot. How about this? Gram-negative bacteria. 99.999%. 1 hour. How about this one? Mold, Aspergillus. Lydia and I and Chico have a friend down in South Texas. His name is Enrique, and he spends his whole life cleaning up mold, bacteria, viruses in some of the biggest organizations in the world. He uses, Liddy, a program called Clean, Disinfect, Protect. Guess what the protect is? Protect makes sure that the aspergillus stays gone. It gets down into the pores of the furniture, the pores of the tables. It gets down into the pores of the railings. It gets everywhere where mold and bacteria and viruses hide. I watched a program that Enrique did where they cleaned the top of a table with Lysol. Then they retested it in 2 hours, and all the stuff had come back because the stuff's hiding down in the pores. Our technology goes down in the pores because it goes anywhere air goes. Active Pure rides on the air currents. It's a gaseous nature. It's what the sun makes outdoor in healthy gases that people breathe every day outdoors, and it's healthy for us, but it kills bacteria, viruses, and mold. So when you turn on this technology in your house at 1,200 feet a second, it's seeking and destroying anything that can make you sick, including mold. How about this one? This is staph infection, MRSA. You ever heard of antibiotic-resistant staph? You can get it, and you can take antibiotics and still lose your arm, still lose your leg, still get sick and die. MRSA is bad. It's found in hospitals all the time. People go into the hospital a little sick and they come out real sick. This technology reduces MRSA, you can see, in 6 hours by massive amounts, massive amounts. This is wonderful technology that everybody should have in their home. This shows how it takes particles out of the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we are very blessed to be the group of leaders in America that has access to this technology. Yes, our parent company has other channels that they sell Active Pure through. They're vacuum cleaner salespeople. Here's what I say about that. I don't care, because they can't compete with us. They can't outsell us. They can't outmarket us. They can't get to more people than us. We're the best at what we do. You're the best at what you do. And so we don't really care. Everybody, Honeywell's a competitor. 3M's a competitor. Lysol's a competitor. HEPA filters are a competitor. They're all out there. They can't even hold a candle to us. And so stop thinking about all these other companies and start thinking about your company and your technology and get it to the world. Take that letter that I now have gotten approved by the company on my Michael Jackson SR website. Go down to the blogs, get that letter. Liddy, it's editable now. You can go in there and click on the logo and put your logo on there. You can click on my name and put your name in there. You can click on schools and change it to churches. Whatever you're approaching. That's my job, is making tools that help you do your job and get customers. This is a fun example. This is, what's the dirtiest thing in a hotel room? It's not the toilet seat. It's the remote control. There ain't nothing dirtier than a remote control in a hotel. This remote control had 920 fungi colonies forming on the remote control. We turned on Active Pure. Da-da-da! Here comes Active Pure to the hotel room. Guess what? In 24 hours, how many fungi colonies were there? 0. 30 days later, 0. This is the kind of technology that we have, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I want to ask you, I want to show you something here, Chico. And I'm going to give you some new words that have been approved by our company today. Okay? Tom DeMayo, all you got to do when you explain Active Pure is read this paragraph. Units, what are units with Active Pure? Liddy, what units have Active Pure? I'm asking you a question, Liddy. What units have Active Pure?
I'm unmuting. Air and Surface Pro, Air and Surface Pro Plus, the Focus, the Mobile, the Pet, and Laundry Pure.
Exactly. So units with Active Pure technology pull free oxygen and water molecules in the air through Active Pure's patented honeycomb matrix. The technology creates powerful oxidizers in that cell. They're known as Active Pure molecules. They are then released into the room. Then they go out and they seek and destroy DNA, RNA, viruses, including SARS-CoV-2 novel coronavirus. That's what causes the COVID-19. You don't need anything else but this paragraph. It's been tested on swine flu, avian bird flu, hepatitis A, all kinds of stuff. Why is this important? Tell you why it's important. Okay? The company tested ActivePure hydroxyl blaster unit. That's a machine with 4 ActivePure cells in it. Doesn't have any bipolar ionization. Doesn't have any ozone. It's just pure ActivePure. They tested at MRI Global, an independent FDA compliant laboratory. Here's what they found. 3 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 99.98% reduction. We now have clearance from the company to add a phrase that says this ActivePure technology is also available in the Air and Surface Pro, or the Air and Surface Pro Plus, or the Laundry Pure, or the Mobile, or the Focus, or the Pet Unit. We now have clearance and authorization from the company lawyers to say that this technology that was tested with this ActivePure hydroxyl blaster is also available in all these other machines. What else do we need, Chico? The answer is nothing. We don't need anything else. The company gave us every single tool we need. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining this event tonight. I'm not going to go through the compensation tonight. Simply, my energy is gone. I've been going for about 2 hours now. But Saturday morning, Chico, I'm going to do a discovery hour. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be fast. 28 minutes of power. And if you really want to build a business, Mary Shin, Lester, if you really say, I want to build a big business, then I want you to prove it to me. How do you prove it, Lester? You prove it by bringing guests. Because that's what we do, Lester. We're not scientists. We're not door-to-door salespeople. We're not a lot of things. But we are people that invite people, Tom DeMail, to see the technology, to experience the technology, and to understand the business opportunity. Kevin Horn, Lula, Jane, all you people, Jay Walk, hey, if you really want to build a business, then I just say, let's prove it. Let's prove it on Saturday morning at 9:30 by bringing guests, and then we can invite them, Liddy, to hear some of the best product trainers in the entire business. People like Leah Ryan, people like Gloria Gilstead, people like Robia Turner, people like Buzz Thompson. They're going to be on that 10 o'clock conference. I will give you the address Saturday morning, how you get there, and you can invite your guests to come and join. Hey, you could make, in terms of income, Saturday, you could make $1,000. You could make several $1,000s. You could make $5,000 on Saturday. It just depends, Lester. How many people do you invite? How much time do you have here? What is this, Thursday? Is this Thursday? You got Thursday and you got Friday, tomorrow, to invite people. Invite with passion. Invite with energy. Invite with enthusiasm. Don't be pushy. Be forceful. Be powerful. Pushy, nobody likes to be pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. But people like forcefulness and they like decisiveness. Let them know, Becky, I want you to be my guest on this call. Let them know, Frank, it's important to me that you're there. Let them know, Brandy, I'm counting on you to be with me. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank each and every one of you for being on our session tonight. And I look forward to seeing you on Saturday morning. And Chico, You did a great job of bringing people to this call. Liddy, thank you for this call also. I love you guys. I wish my voice would be like when I was 25, but it's not. But I still work like a 25-year-old. We're having a fun time sharing this opportunity with lots and lots of people. I'll see you guys Saturday. If not before, have a great night, everybody. Thank you, Lester.
You too. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Love.
Good night, Mike. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank
Lydia.
you. Thank
Good
you,
to see you
everyone.
again.
Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cindy.
Good night, Stan. Good night, Michelle. Good night, Brandy. Good night, everybody. Good night, James.
Good night, Louise.
Take
Good
care.
night, Mike.
Bye-bye.
Good night.